And welcome, Zelda 1 Randomizer fans. We have another practice run for the Tournament Flags 2023 Random. And we got some new updates in this past week. We got a tentative start date for the tournament being February 13th. And we have some new flag updates. But first, we have Malchior, Leslie Pro 04, Fury SK, and Sigil 711 on the read stream among, I believe, about, I think, 12 or 14 runners. I'll have to check again in a second. But we got Smilefires in the background doing our clicking those buttons for tracking, and Oasis, of course, setting this all up with the restream. And we're ready to go momentarily. So let's see what we have for some new flags. We decided to take some random out and make things more random, but as we start over in the forest on the Armo screen, and we picked up something. Oh, we got a heart container out of the Armos item there. We start with a blue candle, so we don't even have to worry about that. We find level 5 right away. And we got some looking like some light text. And we got some bombs already. We have a possible, one of the new flags is a possible shuffling the enemy drop. So those Octorok may not have been able to drop some bombs. And we have also 2 starting Triforces. If we are in a normal dungeon configuration being not second quest, and it looks like we got 5 and 6. We're finding a potion shop there. And definitely not a straight first quest overworld. That push did not burn for level 8. And that was a wand on the coast. I have that ladder to be able to go get that item. Lots of early exploration. No one's decided to drop into a dungeon just yet, but Fury finds level 9 at Vanilla Start. And we have changed it from a random Triforces to requiring all 8 because we do have those 2 starting Triforces. And Fury picks up a letter, and we have a vanilla 10 and 30 secrets. So it's likely we have 100 as the large secret. And Leslie looks like came out of one of our vanilla any roads, but not from the beginning one. Yep, they were shuffled, but one of them did go vanilla, so any roads were shuffled around. Armo's item was, of course, over in the North Forest on the east side, so not over in the vanilla location. And those look like some vanilla prices in the shop, as we had 80, 20 for arrows, 20 for bombs, and level 4s over by the grave in the bomb cave there, potion shop. And Leslie Pro found level 2. I missed where that was. Sigil also finding this level 4. We have extra candles. Fury picking up a heart container. Magical boomerang on the floor, level 2. We know we have an item shuffle of some sort because we had a one on the coast. And we have a bomb upgrade in a cave. That was definitely the magical sword, not the white sword one for Fury there, because he got 6 hearts, which is enough to pick up the white sword item if it was vanilla for the white sword. So we have no swords after we find our wood swords. You definitely can confirm vanilla shop prices. Level 3 up on East Death Mountain. Leslie taking the bombs to it. To Aquamentus. So at level 6 we have level 7. And magical key found by Leslie Pro in level 3. It looked like that boomerang is doing some work with some, I think that was some 0 HP. And Triforce on the floor there. And we got some second quest indies here with the super ropes. And bait block in level 3. Could we be running second quest dungeon shapes? If that'll tell us that the level 5 Triforce has switched positions and we have a different one as Leslie picks up level 3. If we are on second quest dungeons, then we started with 4 and 6 today. And bomb came on the coast. We got level 5. Or wait, no, I already had that marked as. Oh, that's where it was. Oh yeah, we got dark rooms on. That tells you that you can't see anything, and that we have some vanilla dungeon shapes. And we got word of a level 5 power bracelet on the floor. And I haven't caught whether or not we have any of the telltale signs of exactly what type of overworld we are on. But level 6 found up in the northeast. I missed where level 2 was, but we found that once already, leaving us just 1 and 8 to find. And we've been in level 7 by a couple of runners, but not deep enough to really get a good handle on where it is, which type it is. Sigil picking up that letter. We expect to see vanilla shop prices for that as well. There is a level 2 that was I think that was over Lost Hill. No, not Lost Hills. Over below Death Mountain, near the grave. Malchior picking up that boomerang. Oh yeah, definitely 0 HP on the normal enemies. Not on the bosses. We did see 2 bombs take down that Aquamentus earlier. And one of our other new flags in this revised set is, again, it could possibly be 0 HP. Level 1 at 2Q4, we were told. Yeah, because since these are some second quest dungeons, they can have some push through walls, even though that's not an option, but because the nature of second quest dungeons. So where? Oh, Sigil found the wood sword. Anybody see where that was picked up? Because I was about to say, like, where's that been? Burn bush west of the desert. That's right. But burn bushes are eligible because we had a starting blue candle. So we do have possible wood sword blocks, and that fits. Alright, 1 dungeon left to find. White sword item also at large. There we go. If you're finding that wood sword, indeed 1 spot northeast of vanilla level 1. There is the L of level 3 for Malchior, showing that, hey, that bait block is not required, but unless there's some item behind that. Malchior picking up that level 3 Triforce. And Malchior in that magenta level 5, Sigil into more. Yep, there's that power bracelet on the floor. Get to see it this time. And Malco takes a death from the Wizzy. Alright, Sigil finding that Triforce level 2. Next up for a couple select few enemies, that Boomerang can be doing some work for the runners. Everybody's got out of level 2 now except for Fury SK. Alright, Fury now in level 5. We do have possible important items in level 9. Of course, that may all be moot if we have Red Ring and Silver Arrows forced to level 9. Fury with the Power Bracelet pickup, Malchior heading level 6. And Staircase level 2 is the bow. Persistence paying off for Sigil. Question is, when will Sigil go after some arrows? Would take almost all the rupees. And right from the get-go, we did see the Armos item being a heart container, which may often be a sign of heart shuffle, but did not guarantee it. But we can see with the double item on the tracker in level 2, we have it for sure. Leslie picking up that vanilla 100 large secret just east of vanilla start. And all of our runners are at 6 heart containers, which is enough to pick up that white sword item, whatever it may be. How do those Manhandlas and Gleox roll tonight? Because they're not 0 HP. So for question chat, that we do have dark rooms whenever we do not have shapes dungeons. if we're running the shapes of the first or second quest dungeons, they can have the dark rooms. But when you run shapes, the dark rooms all get eliminated. And top of the waterfall, just a shop. The shapes of second quest dungeons, they actually spell out Zelda. So that is actually a Z. And Fury finds a heart container level 5 basement, and Melchior finally gets the sword. And runners have to remember, it's like, why? I checked all the open caves. Where's my sword? The heart Armos had a heart container. Well, you started with a blue candle, so that's why it's under this burn bush. Starting items are the same as the Armos item for that type of flag configuration. Leslie finding those magical bomb upgrades. And Melchior decides he needs the meats. Because there may be another item to find in that level 3, and there's also potential bait block in level 7. Sigil, dig in that basement for a heart container. Level 5. And Melchior, finding the bow. Still got a lot of dungeon items to find, but we could be seeing the silver arrows and red ring in level 9 still. We're gonna have Leslie's gonna dig a little bit of level 7, it looks like. Melchior picks up Triforce number 4 with 1 out of level 2. And Leslie gets some bombs back as a refund for killing that manhandler. And it's a transport. And this could be a full second quest. That is definitely a spot for that. So I'll say it right now, we got a full second quest dungeon configuration until proven otherwise. I haven't noticed anything that's first quest only, but it's definitely not a first quest only overworld. Alright, Fury picking up the Triforce out of level 1. And diving right back in. Oh yeah, level 7. Totally second quest. It appears that our drop groups for the enemies are not shuffled tonight. And vanilla muggerooms. Our container or 50 rupees, your money or your life. And a wooden boomerang on the floor, level 7. We have definitely rolled a 0 HP for normal enemies. Bosses are not. Manhandlas did not roll up. One bomb hit definitely takes out each side of it. And White Sword, bomb upgrade in the basement, level 7. This will fill up +2 and maximum bombs. Red was able to change the coatings last year to make it so that when you pick up those bomb upgrades, they do fill up the maximum bombs, just like the old men who charge you arm and a leg. A lot of rupees. Melchior paying the 50 rupees, doesn't want to give up that heart. And level 7 Triforce, Leslie. Furious level 2, probably, yep, has already picked up the magical boomerang in there. Melchior also getting a bomb refill and +2 to maximum capacity. Level 4 showing off those second quest bubbles that has been fixed to be swordless, and level 1 Triforce for Sigil. If you get hit by a red bubble, you will permanently lose the access to your sword until you have other wood arrow pick up for Sigil, by the way, but you lose that until you've either filled up a red potion, drank a potion of any sort, picked up a Triforce, save or retry, or go to a fairy fountain. And Malchior getting that Triforce out of level 7. Sigil has got the whole left-hand side. We do not know if there are any overworld blocks for our dungeons for our level, we're still trying to find level 8, as well as the White Sword Cave. We do not know where they are at the moment, but they're not forced to be in existence. They could be up on Death Mountain. I know there's some caves on the west side that have not been checked yet by our runners. Melchior sticking his head out a little bit too much, takes a bump, and then a second one to go down in level 5. Fury picking up that bow. One of the items needed to slay the beast because Ganon Force is happening. At the beginning of these race, I did mention that we took out a little random to make it more random. That is force that the overworld will be shuffling all the caves as well as dungeons, be shuffling all the rooms inside of it. This is to prevent a little issue we had with things getting changed just a little bit and causing wackiness with the dungeon locations, as well as required Ganon not always being a case, even though it is required. Level 2 Triforce for Fury. And now, just a couple screens away, level 4 for Fury. Sigil doing some work in level 7. And the runners have already cleared out level 7, did a good job of seeing both items, so not a terrible 7. Melchior passes up a Patra. Good news, 0 HP means that the Patrites will go down to a single hit of the sword. Because they are considered not boss enemies. Melchior decides not to pick up that heart container. A little bit surprised since he had previously given up a heart to, 50 rupees to a mugger. Would have been, if he wants to worry about the white sword item, might want to pick up that extra heart for another mugger later on. Sigil ran into a Chevy room without a ladder. Not required in this dungeon so far. So we were able to, others were able to get the both items and the Triforce. And there's a Goma in level 5. But we know that both the heart container and the power bracelet were able to be reached, and the Triforce haven't figured out how to get there yet for any runner. Alright, Sigil getting to the Triforce, still wants to try to dig those items. Sigil gladly gives up a heart container here. And finds the wooden boomerang. He now applies its magical boomerang overrides. Looking at key counts, got a couple runners with the magic key and 1 and 2 key counts for the other 2 runners. Can be an issue until they go find that magical key in level 3. Sigil finding the second item in 7, and it's time to get back to that Triforce room and boogie out of here. We get some, looks like some vanilla hint prices. Doesn't matter, we have blank hints anyway. Level 1 Triforce for Sigil. Bomb upgrade for Fury. And time to get out of there as well. Alright. Second quest magical sword spot is a potion cave. Here again, that Triforce at level 7, and we are full second quest overworld with that fairy fountain. Not a level 5 location. Speaking of holiday-themed races, we got a lot coming up in this portion of the early part of the year. We do have the Groundhog Day race, we have the Valentine's Day race, and then Pi Day, which is the anniversary of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. Valkyr can't quite take out that Gleeok. Seems to be some combat blockage in level 1 for our runners tonight. Valkyr also checking this fairy fountain at the top of the Lost Hills. Leslie, at 39 minutes, finds the wood sword, gives the old man the business of the candle. And we get the compass for level 1 there. Not sure if we've seen that room yet. Still a lot of items left on the table, including some very important items. Fury, finally level 3. No bombs, 1 key. Sigil right behind. Art container on the floor from Malchior. Key problem solved for Fury. As well as for Sigil. Moldorms and Landmollas don't really feel like bosses, but they are according to the flags. We are requiring 8 Triforces now to get into level 9. Started with 2 though. It was a change in order to even out the flag set randomness of how long the siege should take, because some of these were taking the hour and a half, some were taking 20 minutes. So they said, we're just gonna make it, we'll give you 2 Triforces to start and require all 8 to get in. And because I think that the question was in chat was, can you have a level item in 9 be required to get into level 8? If important items are allowed to be in 9 because we had 2 starting Triforces, it could be one of those Triforces. We did not have the Triforces for level 8 today, so that will not be the case tonight. So we started off with Triforces of level 4 and level 6. And we have access to those dungeons already. Fury picking up that Triforce in level 3. But it's more and more looking like that we do not have the item to get to level 8 yet. There might be a power bracelet spot remaining. Alright. So, getting down to everybody getting close to this level 5 and level 8 Triforces remaining. Gotta find level 8, and seems to be some kind of a block for level 5 Triforce. Inside the dungeon. Might have also been Goma blocked as well to the Dig Dogger or Ladder possibility. And looks like Leslie has not been to that Triforce room. Malchior puts down the bait for level 3. Let's see what else we can find in this dungeon. It might be the key. This one's only got 2 heads. You can do it, Malchior. And it is the ladder. Ladder not only gets you some access in some dungeons, but also there are 2 ladder block spots in Second Quest Overworld. On the river. Also gets that wand, which can upgrade the combat for bosses because, well, the enemies are 0 HP. There's a good chance that bait is required. Malchior is going straight to level 5 with that ladder. Taking down the pancake party room. Lots of wizrobes. The spiral staircase rooms. Ouch. I haven't seen too many people going through some walk-through walls yet. But with a Second Quest dungeon layout, those do exist. Fury up to 11 hearts. That magical sword bomb upgrade in the southwest corner could be anywhere from 10 to 14 hearts, or it may just be 12 because that's not necessarily that is a random thing that can be changed. Hi, Goma. Wish we had arrows. Looks like Sigil is the only one of our runners that have both the bow and some wooden arrows from the shop. And Malchior has used that ladder to get around that block and be able to pick up the Triforce at level 5. Just needs to find level 8. Ooh, Fury does walk through a wall right there in level 4. We didn't need that Triforce. Alright, Malchior, you gonna go to the river, show us level 8? Or maybe a white sword recorder. Could be a raft too, but I'd say more likely to be the recorder at this point. Not in this cave. Oh, it's not. We get a potion from Malchior. Fury picking up the Triforce in level 4. You already got that. Where is our progression, chat? Fury is doing the extensive dig. 118 rupees for a bomb upgrade. No chance other than retries to get back that money from the door repairs because of the blank hits. Hence, no attempts at any money-making games. So people are broke, even though they didn't have to buy or sacrifice a heart for a candle because they started with one. So we saw two dungeon hearts, dungeon stair hearts, and a floor heart and 4. That is a lot of heart. Leslie is pushing those doors, those walls. Try to see if there's a walk-through wall door. All right. Level 6 up in the northeast corner. Don't recall if anybody's really dug much of that. It'd also be interesting to see when we see another bait purchase. Leslie re-picking up the Triforce on level 4 since started with that one to begin with. And to confirm, we do not have a boomstick seed because the 160 rupee shield was in a shop. The book will be found in a dungeon. And just a as in progress update we just got, signups are available for this tournament that is coming up. Crimson Avix finally posted them to the Z1R Discord, so you can find them there if you are interested in participating. Leslie back in level 2 needs to go find that bow. My guess is the runner... Oh, Sigil picks up the bait! Fury's back in 3. He must have purchased some bait already. And Leslie gets the Triforce out of level 2. Needs to dive back in for the bow. Malchior is in level 6. Oh yeah, you got this wonderful ladder block right there with a walk-through wall. Fury lays down that bait. Gonna be rewarded with the ladder if he can defeat this Gleeok. Malchior, well, took a death. And 6 and 8 may hold one of our level 9 items, but they may just well be in level 9 as Fury gets that ladder. Now, Malchior's had the ladder for a while. I don't think he's picked the wand off the coast, which is not inconsequential with the 0 HP enemies because it still works on a lot of the bosses. Chugs a potion to survive a little longer. Leslie finds the bow. Will there be burning? No, no burning today. Alright, Sigil. Gonna finish off this Gleeok. And also rewarded with the ladder. And there is a recorder on the floor, level 6. Hello! Unless the raft is also here, I think we may have found our progression. Takes that straight up to Recorder Lake over Vanilla First Quest 2, Second Quest 3, and it is the book. We have fire for our wand, but is it an atlas? Not that we need maps with the vanilla shapes of Second Quest. Because we can already not hear the old men. There's a stair heart in 6. Okay, so we had to have progression off the recorder then. Unless there was something... I think that might have been the last item we had to find in the dungeons that we had already. Malchior, we're going to pick up that fire shooting wand. And time to go explore more recorder locations. Alright, Sigil, using that ladder to get the Triforce out of level 5. Oh, because we are on a second quest overworld, that 100 secret that was to the east of Vanilla Start was our only one. Alright, Sigil, gonna go check out those river caves and be sorely disappointed as he can just get a heart container or a potion. Meanwhile, Fury getting that level 5 Triforce knocked out and is also on the hunt for level 8 via the recorder in level 6. Does the Dead Woods have it? It does! We have found our last dungeon. Level 8. Unless the silver arrows have shuffled into here, he needs a Triforce and get out of here. But we are very likely to have them in level 9. Another nice thing about having that wand is able to kill those enemies even during a red bubble curse. But Boomerang does it too, except for the Dark Nuts. And Bull's voice. A couple others. Both Fury and Sigil making the correct progression to go to level 6. Last place to look. Leslie staring at that hungry Urea and saying, I need some bait. You want that, Fury? Probably not. Fury declines on the book. He knows what the maps look like. Can't understand old men with it. Malchio finds the red candle in level 8. So I would bet on the other item here being the raft. Well, there's 2 staircase items and a floor item, but I'm suspecting that the level 9 force for Red Ring and Silver Arrows is active. So the other eye would be a floor art as well. And Malchio gets sniped from the sides by those gorillas. You hate to see that. The side benefit of having one fire is it lights up those dark rooms. Hey, the dongos. Oh! I missed on the second one there. Looks like Sigil took a wrong turn in level 6. Been in here for a little while. Meanwhile, Fury, first of our runners on stream to pick up all 8 pieces of the Triforce, and is eligible to go into level 9. We saw that at Vanilla Start. And Fury with 13 hearts, gonna go pick up that magical sword bomb upgrade. Is able to. It was not randomized to max hearts. Chat is asking if there can be more than one bait block in the seed. With second quest dungeons, there can be. And they'll be in levels 3 and 7. Although I think they can be randomized between dungeons sometimes. So Sigil picked up the book, and Fury is in level 9, starting at the bottom of the L. Got all 3 directions to go. So, we're in level 9, we're looking for the Roar again, and being able to be heard from any room adjacent to it. Can be masked by enemies such as this Dig Dogger. We're also looking for the room for Zelda, and that will be a single shutter door that will not open until the beast has been defeated. And then we're also looking for... Ooh, we have a Roar. And we're also looking for those silver arrows. They're going to be in a staircase, most likely in this dungeon. Now you're picking up some wood arrows. Fury finding the silver arrows. Knows the location of Ganon. And here's Ganon. Ganon in his original room. It is not 0 HP Ganon. It's going to take somewhere around 15 hits with the wooden sword. Fury's got the potion out, but got the stun lock going. We have Bacon. Time to go rescue the princess. Gonna probably check the doors to the adjoining this room, because that's the one exception of single shutter door. Could be directly off any of Ganon's rooms. And there's the door that opens, and Zelda is in her room. GG, Furious K finishing first on the restream with a time of 109.41. Just beaten out by Potato Pody with a 109.20. And welcome to the booth, Fury SK GG. Try again, Fury.
Hello?
Hello!
Thanks.
Well done. You were the first to finish the Triforce. Malkia was a little bit ahead of you on the important item puzzle we had there.
Yep, fair enough. I mean, it was the last location that I could actually access was behind the bait, so kind of knew I was full clearing outside of level 8. And potentially level 6 if level 8 happened to be at the ladder spots, which it wasn't.
Was there an actual ladder block to get through to the recorder in 6?
Yep, the first room was the vanilla second quest 6 room, the weird moat one.
Yeah, you had to walk through that wall too. I remember that now. So yeah, definitely the hard ladder requirement there. How do you feel about the randomization of the flags to seed?
Starting to become less a fan of the replace swords with bomb upgrades. Makes it pretty rough if it doesn't roll 0 HP. Thankfully it did, but kind of makes it a real skill challenge on those Gliok fights and some of the other ones.
Right, as well as the that it did make it so Ganon can possibly be 0 HP. Not tonight though.
Yeah, I've been pretty crisp on the Ganon fights lately, so I was okay with him being what he was.
All right, Sigil, picking up that Triforce out of level 8. Malkia working the way through there. I was suspecting, fairly, definitely halfway through. We're definitely suspecting the level 9 items to be forced there. Since we weren't seeing anything indicating otherwise, but they could have been buried in 6 and 8 for all we knew.
Yeah, it feels like it's about a 60 or 70% chance given it's 50-50 force there, and then you get the vanilla items occasionally that also increase the odds.
Yeah, especially if there's no important items rolled to 9.
I don't know. Finished only 20 seconds or so behind Potato Pony off stream, so content with not making any huge mistakes in the seed, and overall everyone had to kind of full clear to get to the end of the seed, so that's what happens, I guess.
Yep. You were a little late for buying the wooden arrows, but they weren't really that required, it felt like. And
yeah, the bait was why I kept passing on them until I finally found the large secret, because if I didn't find the large secret, I had to buy the bait in Death Mountain all the way up at Vanilla Second Quest 9 spot.
Yeah. Sigil is in level 9. Leslie's back in level 3 with the bait. How soon did you realize you were on a full Second Quest overworld?
The moment I hit Vanilla level 3 and it was just a random cave, it was pretty obvious at that point.
Yeah, I missed seeing that on anybody's screen, so it wasn't until somebody went up to the fairy fountain at 5.
I went towards Vanilla start right off the bat, hoping for the Vanilla Wood Sword spot instead of the Burn Bush northeast of 1, thanks to the Blue Candle. Yep,
Blue Candle not normally giving you the Burn Bush access for a Wood Sword, but it was a starting item today, so fit the requirement there. Leslie picking up that ladder. Blocks level 5 Triforce and level 6 Recorder. I understand some people being a little bit thrown off by the shuffle enemy drop groups that did not happen tonight.
It can be a little frustrating to deal with, but if you're killing enough stuff on 0 HP, you're going to find it eventually, so it's just about marking who is what, and once you find it out, it's pretty much all said and done with, and you know what you need to kill. And in some seeds, it could be a boomstick seed, which it was not this time, but If that turns on, then suddenly bombs aren't really a big deal, and bomb droppers are definitely not anymore.
Vanilla shops tonight. Oh, was that all the way? Because I think we may have had a... Yeah, not sure. Because I didn't see that many of the real expensive shields until one real late.
Yeah, the book was definitely behind the level 2 or level 3, depending on what quest you want to call it. Lake.
Fairy Fountain. Or Fairy Lake, yep. Yep, yeah, definitely not really needed to see since blank hints, you already know the maps. Now, have you seen it where the first and second halves of the dungeons have been different quests or shapes?
Just a mixed quest dungeon setup, yeah. If you're talking about like one being shapes, the other being a random quest between first or second, I've seen a couple.
Yeah, I haven't seen that on the weeklies so much yet for that. I think last week were straight first quest and all second quest this week.
I feel like I got fairly fortunate in this level 9 to go the way I did.
Yeah, you didn't waste any time at all finding those silver arrows.
The way Sigil's going is kind of the way that it forces you if you go from the bottom up this way. So as long as he survives what I think is a red wizard next, if he goes that way, he'll get it.
Yeah, 5 deaths for you. Definitely a lot of deaths around the board.
That's a product of Gleox guarding things in dungeons and
world
travel.
And there's no red ring early, and not a ton of money.
Yeah, buying the blue ring in this seed would be very detrimental because of the second quest money setup.
You got to save a little bit with no blue candle purchase, but you definitely have to eat the door repairs a lot.
Yeah, I think Sigil's going to get there this time. He got bodied going up, so he'll probably go left, and that's the room he needs to be in.
You got lots of bombs without purchasing any upgrades. Oh, there we go, Sigil with the silver arrow.
Yeah, there was the bomb upgrade in level 7, which made me kind of sad because I had to give up money that I kind of needed to actually get to it. And then I figured why not leaving level 8 with the magical sword 2 screens away and swords more often than not rolling to their vanilla 5 and 12 heart counts. Figured pretty good shot that I'd get it, so just go for it before heading to 9 in case I needed bombs. Which you didn't really, but you didn't know that necessarily.
And if you didn't notice, during the race tonight, we have the official signups are now available for this tournament.
Right, we'll see if this one gets... I'm kind of hoping it's roughly the same turnout as the random percent was.
2020?
I think both the one that was in 2020 and the 2017 one were both pretty filled. I think like 40 to 50 people in it. This will be nice.
Yeah, I started catching stuff participating in the tracking and commentary back in when the 2020 Random Percent was going on.
Yep, and I know there's going to be a lot of matches that end up getting showcased somewhere, so probably going to need a lot of commentary and a lot of tracking again.
Alright, Sigil has slain the beast, and now needs to go follow that compass to go rescue Zelda. And get your GGs out for Sigil, 7-11 finishing 4th place. 2nd place on the Racing, 4th place overall with a 120.54. Adirondack Rick finishing in 3rd place with a 120.47.
He's probably playing the appropriate sprite for this seed. His go-to is usually the Gorilla, the Grumble Grumble.
Grumble Grumble.
Yeah, if anybody out there wants to get involved in tracking or commentary, it's pretty easy to do, actually. Just head to the Zelda 1 Discord if you want to get involved in ours, and if you want to get involved more globally, I think if you head to Speed Gaming, many of the tournaments and weeklies that kind of go on also kind of get their start there, so you can find the links you're looking for there as well.
And welcome to the booth, our 2nd place restream finisher, Sigil GG.
Thank you. GG's Fury.
GG.
So how about that item progression?
I was mad when I saw the cheap bait right after I bought the key.
Yeah, you and Fury both were the latecomers to the magical key. Malchior and Leslie managed to pick those up fairly early.
After that, I was hoping the bait black wasn't required.
Oh no, no. Oh, Malchior taking a death to Ganon. And Leslie still is in 6, digging it out.
It was nice knowing what quest overworld was early.
Yeah, as Ferry said, the 1Q3 spot being the cave is definitely the easy indicator. Prevents a lot of checks once you figure that out. Alright, Malchior back in the fight against Ganon. Meanwhile, Chest Jerk has finished in 5th place with a 122.30. Leslie, pick up the Triforce level 6. And Malchior has slain Ganon. And the door opens up, and get your GGs out for Malchior, finishing in 6th place overall, 3rd on the restream, with a time of 124.39. And welcome to the booth, Malchior, GG.
GG's.
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 That wasn't bad at all. I hate those Gleoks. I hate myself for not picking up the wand earlier.
You know, I never thought to go back to it.
I wasn't either, but I struggled on the Gleoks so hard. It would have made them cakewalk. I say 5 minutes. I say 5 minutes on Deaths alone.
Yeah, the Gleoks definitely gave you the business. I mean, it's also nice if you get hit by a red bubble, you can clear out a room with the wand as well. I mean, you can boomerang most of them anyway, but...
Yeah, I had that magical boomerang super early, and I'm just like, alright, super swordless, let's go. Also, that was a sneaky little spot for the wood sword. Since you start with the blue candle, it's legal to turn on
the burn bushes.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Yeah, that's just another one of those random flags that, yep, here you go.
Also never caught on that room drops didn't shuffle. All the Triforces were in Triforce rooms, I think.
Yep. I think either you or Sigil went to the dark room in 9 and got the compass as well, which is its vanilla spot.
Yeah, when I saw it was a dark room, I was willing to clear it since 0 HP.
Yeah, I would have looked for that room if I didn't kind of face plant into the door ahead of time.
Understandable. I'm just glad Silvers were in 9, because I'm like, I don't want to go to a 2Q4, not after all this madness.
I didn't want to go back to 2Q8.
Well, I can tell you what was in 2Q4. It was heart, heart, and heart.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. Heartbreak Hotel.
What was in 8?
8 had the red candle and the raft.
Red candle, raft, heart container.
Valkyrie, you were actually the first one to buy the bait to solve that puzzle.
I figured it. I've made this play early, and oddly enough, I felt like I could have made it even sooner. Because I was in the area on like second dip of Death Mountain with the warp and such. I'm like, why didn't I buy bait? And so I kind of went back. Good thing I have my mic muted for the stream. Y'all would have heard me scream when I picked up that ladder in 3. Because I'm like, this is my advantage. If I'm going to lose, it's because something dumb happens. And yeah, Gleoks happened.
Gleoks, and just, it took a little while to get to level 8. So
Yeah, the recorder in 6. I'm still glad I went to 6 before 4.
I last locationed the ladder.
Same.
I figured a number of people did.
I had to gamble to get the bait money.
Yeah, ooh, well, nicely played. I figured with all of my deaths, and I knew how much I was losing to deaths, I'm like, alright, the only reason people haven't finished is because they're having to full clear.
We got 7th place on the 7th place. We got Mr. Dunlow, 128.34.
Yeah, 0 HP second quest. I don't mind that. I'll take second quest then. Also, I didn't have bombs first time I went into 1, so I couldn't find the bomb hole to get to the Triforce. I had to come back later, and I felt really stupid after that.
Alright, Leslie's about to find level 8. Nope, not yet. Yes.
Was the ladder hard required for the Triforce in 5? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yes.
You can't get there from the bottom side. There's a solid wall, and since you can get there from the top side, logically, it won't open. Otherwise, it might.
Also, that TQ8 required you to go through literally all of it.
I ordered the heck out of level 8. I went straight up. I skipped all these staircases at the start, got to the compass room, and then took the staircase after the compass room and landed.
Oh my gosh! Nice. I saw the compass room, saw it was dark, picked up compass, saw where it was, and up an A because I'm like, I got 3 staircases back at the beginning.
Yeah, it was a very fortuitous move on my part to go all the way up this comm that Leslie's going on now.
That saved you a chunk.
That's why I did it. That's why I did after I found the red candle.
Melchior, you and Leslie, I think, did really quick work of level 7. Fury and Sigil definitely spent a bit of more time in there.
It took me a good chunk of time to find the Triforce room itself. After you find the Triforce room, there's another 5 rooms you have to go through to find something to burn on the floor and a heart in the stair.
Yeah.
Or a bomb. No, it was a... Was that the white
I
sword
didn't
bomb
burn that
upgrade?
thing. I didn't burn that thing in the stair. It was a bomb upgrade.
Yeah, I
love
burned the
some-
thing on the floor.
Nice.
That would be the boomerang.
Yes.
Which Fury was last to get the magical one.
Again, 7 was kind of, at least from what I've tracked. Oh, I skipped one staircase because I had the compass early. 7 was linear.
And another finisher, TA 909, finishing 8th place with a 130.29.
Because with the 0 HP, I'm like, I don't care. I'll clear every room. I'll be Mr. Full Clear.
Oh. Yep. A total of 14 racers tonight.
Thank gosh we started with Triforce 4. If I had to go through a 2Q4, I don't care if it was 0 HP. There is no rhyme or reason to, is it a walkthrough or is it a bomb wall in 2Q4? It's just pray.
It was actually really friendly setup in 4. You basically got to walk through about 6 Goma rooms. So if you didn't have the bow, which I didn't at the time, it's kind of scary, but every heart in there was pretty much free. You just had to walk a ways. The Triforce was up at the top, but it was linear.
6
And one more.
Goma rooms? So like, was extra bosses on?
It felt like it was. But I might have been exaggerating a little bit, but once I got to the top of that dungeon, there was at least 3 or 4 in a row.
Wow. Yeah,
Which bosses?
I had 9 deaths. So the seed felt good. My execution did not.
There was a Manhandla and 2 Gleox in 1 as well, so I think that's kind of pushing the enemy sentence even in Second Quest 1. I think that probably puts it at added extra bosses being on.
Maybe it was. Wow. Thankfully, like most of the bosses weren't Dig Dogger, so we could still move around. It was just Gleox. Gleox for days. Alright, well that's good stuff. Thank y'all for hosting this. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. I know the missus is waiting.
Thanks for the run there, Melchior. See you next time.
See everybody.
Yep, GG's.
GG's. Have a great night.
Thank you very much. Y'all too.
Just doing a quick glance here. Vanilla 3 had a Manhandla and then the Gleok guarding the ladder. And so, by virtue of that, I think it only has Dodongos in 1 room in Second Quest 3, so that would confirm extras.
Yeah, Rick and Chat saying that he saw three Gomas and 4 that extra bosses had to be on.
I'm just glad I found the floor item early in 4.
Yeah, I didn't go the right way for the floor item in 4. I went back after grabbing the Triforce to find it.
Leslie finding that wrapped. Knows where everything is, doesn't need that. Wrapped under the Petra.
I'm gonna take the wild guess the red ring's probably west of Ganon. Seems like Malchior cleared a good chunk of the northeast and eastern side, and definitely wasn't up the center at all.
Was the ending in the northwest side?
I didn't go any further than the silvers. I kind of went that way directly. I think I saw maybe... I can bring my tracker up. I think it was like 14 rooms of 9.
Went straight up the center, right?
Let's see. Yep, 14 rooms. I didn't go in the 3 right columns. I only went into 1 room in the 3 left columns, and it was the silvers room. So it was just straight up the center column, and I missed the room above Ganon.
Dunlow confirming red ring was west of Ganon. A stair in the top left took you down to bottom left where the ring was.
Nice. Yeah, the bonus of 9 was there were no Patras, or not Patras, there were no Gleox I had to clear, so I was in the clear.
Yeah, I only picked up the 1 because I was checking the recorder spot anyway.
I took kind of a weird route where I looked... I used the flute right after checking the level First Quest 2 location. The reason was I was considering that Recorder to Unbeaten has a potential to be on, and it sent me to level 7, which sent me towards where level 8 ended up being. Otherwise, I probably would have picked up the 1. But I was hoping that would send me right to where level 8 was.
And we got another finisher, Dr. JPHD, 9th place with a 137.07.
If it had happened to be vanilla location flute, which it was, and it would have fluted me to Unbeaten, I still would have been close to the coast, so that was kind of the other thought I had.
Love the comment. I mean, yes, I did say to let the meat rest, but you gotta go get it eventually.
The any key would have been nicer to have earlier.
Yeah, as saying that Malkior and Leslie picked that up fairly early compared to the two of you. Yeah, look, it's like they got the level 2 boomerang and went to town on some mobs.
Yeah, I think my issue in 3 was there was a single key door in between the any key. Or either that or there was combat and I didn't have a sword yet. I was very late to the sword. I want to say it was either like an Aquamenus guarding it or it was a key door guarding the any key, something like that.
Yeah, our tracker, Smilefires, saying that you had 1 key, 0 bombs when you went in there. I do recall that.
Yep, that's pretty fair. I still think I went in there if it was, let's see, it was at Potion Shop next to 9, I want to say.
Yes, it is.
I went up there and then went back towards Vanilla 1 looking for the wood sword still, so it was definitely no sword and no bombs, just a key and a dream. And I really, in second quest, if I know it's second quest, I don't want to burn my keys until I'm forced to. I want to try and find a handful, find a bigger dungeon, get some keys, and then start taking chances with the save, so I can reset back if I don't find things I like.
Yeah, that looks like it was vanilla dungeons tonight, so for the recorder, and so we had some second quest shenanigans. The second quest just flips the bit for 2 and 3, 7 and 8, and 4 and 5.
I just assumed I start off with Triforces 5 and 6 until I found a dungeon.
Yeah, we were marking just 6 until we proved that it was 4, not 5.
Yeah, I walked into 5 pretty much off the bat and saw the way it was setting up and just marked my tracker as if it was all second quest. It was starting to look like it was going to be that way immediately, and then I found level 7 probably 8 minutes in and saw that it was very linear across the bottom row, and it was out of alignment with first quest 7. At that point, I was a little bit sad because I knew I wasn't going to get any keys all seed.
I think I bought 3 keys, or probably 2.
I bought 0, but it really hampered my decision making in a couple of dungeons that may have sped me up a little bit if I had just bought a key or saved the money from 7 and sacrificed a heart container instead.
Yeah, I didn't find 3. 3 was my last location.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, I'm going to head off for the night. GG's again, and thank you for the restream and comms.
Yep, GG again. Alright. Yeah, that's a hard block flip to get into. You gotta Goma blocking it.
Yeah, he's going to get the bad news. It goes up to, I think, either the dash column or the 8 column up high if he goes through it.
Just cleared it for the item drop, which is not realizing that they're in the vanilla Triforce rooms. But here we go, level 8 done.
He may be worried about silvers as well.
Yep, there's still a chance that one of them, only one of the, like if the silvers is the one item that rolled out.
Yeah, I had a seed, I think, on Friday where it was like a 50-50 chance that silvers were a 9 with red rings still outstanding, and like the first item you find 3 rooms in is a big shield in that one. That's a really rough feeling, so I can definitely understand looking for him.
But yeah, with the 50-50s, if it starts to feel like it, you just go with it, right?
Yeah, you definitely want to get the odds down to a pretty small number, so it's maybe the last 5 items, if you still have red ring and silvers outstanding, it's probably a good time to start committing to it. I'm still a little wary of anything before that. Unless it's vanilla items in other dungeons, then it's easier.
Leslie marching through 9s, look through the most of the east section. Leslie's over on the right-hand side. Might be able to find that red ring. Leslie hearing Ganon from the shoot room. And you don't want to have anything to do with these red bubbles. And going through the one-way door. Here's Ganon. Time to get out of here. Walk through a wall, through the shutter door. Leslie's indeed looking for those silver arrows. Also, Leslie did not have a sword active because of the red bubble curse. And will not until finding a blue bubble or a potion. Cannot go to Ganon that way. These bubbles no good, but the wand is an acceptable weapon for these normal enemies. This is it looks like it is the normal level 9 enemy set.
Yeah, if he had gone up there, I think there was a blue bubble room. If he walks through the wall, I think it's all the same. There's one fairly close to the center column somewhere. At least I'm pretty sure. Could be mistaken.
Alright, confirming the princess. Ooh. Back to the beginning. See, the silvers are in the V column. And which row?
It's one below where the ear of the pig is. It's basically you go up to Zelda's
Row
room, you
3.
go through the Wizrobe room that he died in, and the next room is it. Versi.
Alright, meanwhile, we do have 10th place Magic Friends finishing 143.46 and Moko 71 with 146.59. So you mentioned the, are you looking to suggest a change to perhaps the sword replacement flag, or think that's fine as it is? Leslie able to keep that bomb count pretty healthy. Alright, 4 hearts. How about this room this time? Just bludgeon the way through. Alright, how dangerous is this room again?
Reds.
Alright, Leslie's. Clear this room. Head down. And there are the silver arrows. Leslie has all the information, maybe deciding maybe I'll dig a little bit more for a red ring. Not there. Hey look, blue bubbles. Lots of turnstile rooms. Alright. think we can get the red ring from this staircase. Yep, in the southwest area. Alright, Leslie probably going to go get a fairy fountain or a potion. Possibly both. Not a money-making game. There we go. One double portion Coke type drink to refill the hearts and restore those swords. Genuine potions able to cure all non-fatal injuries and remove those pesky curses. And for our final time tonight, here's Ganon. And one hug, 4 hearts without any rings. Time to chug, chug, chug. Stab, stab, stab. And Leslie got a couple stabs in there. Yeah, there were no extra swords, upgraded swords tonight. They were replaced by bomb upgrades randomly. But Leslie has slain the beast. Now time to go and rescue the princess. And the door opens up. Enemies are in the room. We know that's the one. Zelda in her room, and GG, the Leslie Bro, finishing at 12th place with a time of 2 hours, 17 seconds. GG. And welcome to the booth, Leslie Bro, GG.
GG, Karos. There were things that I did well in this seed, but the ones that mattered most were unfortunately the mistakes that I made because I had the misfortune of not bringing bait up to 3, not once, but at least twice. That had the ladder, and then I just got horribly unlucky with some of the other stuff down the stretch, like the recorder. That was the last location, and then 9. Yeah, 9 was ugly.
You did remarkably well for that very, very late sword. Yeah, the sword blocks did turn on. You started with the blue candle, so here you go. Burn bush for the sword. And no other swords to be found.
Yeah, but that part was unfortunate because if the bomb upgrades had not replaced the other swords, I would have had white sword first, which would have been amazing. But really, bit of a trade-off. Only wood sword, but 0 HP enemies.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you made remarkable work with that boomerang you found very early. And yeah, that was definitely really good. There were many runners doing the same thing with last locationing that ladder. That was a very rude location for that.
It was, and also I didn't appreciate that bait block was 100% required. So yeah, he got a little extracurricular.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised with how the early game went. Like, first several minutes, I've already found the Armos item, which this time was a heart container. I quickly happened across the any key in 3, and then the power bracelet in 5, and I'm thinking to myself, wait, just what in God's name is going on here? And unfortunately, that was right before the wheels just fell completely off, because it was second quest overworld, second quest dungeons, in fact, second quest everything, basically, which is just like, Fred, what are the chances of this, just out of curiosity? Or maybe any mathematician can answer that for me, because math is hard, especially late at night.
How early did you figure out you had a full second quest overworld?
After one of the first quest spots didn't burn, I immediately made my way up towards level 2, where first quest 2 is, and that was a lake. So I figured at that point the chances of it being a second quest overworld were pretty good.
You get that record lake at 2 in any mix as well. So yeah, your hard indicators are going to be the fairy fountain at level 5 first quest, and as well as the level 3 first quest will be a cave instead of a dungeon entrance. So those are the ones I think of.
Yeah, with the seed I had in practice earlier in the week. Well, unfortunately for me, I saw that and everything else. Thought it was mixed, but nothing first quest was working, so that's another indicator that it might be a second quest overworld too. Is if you're running into a high number of first quest spots just not working.
Yeah, it's hard to, and another thing is, like, it's hard to discount it until you see it break, but there's strong indications that you're going to get a Force level 9 Silver Arrows and Red Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibility, but I was digging out thinking, please give me that red ring, because you think I was going back for that ring shop way up out in the middle of Death Mountain in middle of nowhere? No.
Not with the money that was not available in the seed, because it was only one large secret, and blank hints say that door repairs are hard to avoid without a retry.
Yeah, so that's what was going on. The hints rolled to blank hints. I thought it was understand old men, so I got that one wrong.
No, they're blank, so that means that's why there's literally was nothing.
Look, honestly, the way that emoji looked, if I can even call it that, because I don't know what else to call it, that emoji looks exactly like a book. Maybe that's just me.
It's just I think it's just like a kind of cursor icon to indicate that it's blank, because it's up in the upper left instead of in the center. So, but yeah.
That makes sense. Like I said, I would have loved to have found that red ring. Seriously, because that would have made things a lot less painful at the end.
You were on the path, I think, as Mr. Dunlos had found it in his seed. He said that you take that staircase that was up in the upper left-hand corner, and you go down to that bottom left, and it was somewhere around there. I know you checked a bunch of the rooms, but I guess you just went the wrong direction for one of the rooms because it's supposedly down there.
Yeah, at that point, I was like, you know what? To heck with this. Let's just bring this madness to an end. Let's
Yep.
grab a potion and use it when we get to Ganon. But I was over 4 hearts, so I didn't use it right away. Took a
Yep.
driver, immediately take a drink.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if you just gone up a couple more screens and just grabbed the fairy fountain while you were at it too. But all good.
Yeah, all good. And I do have to say, I feel a lot more confident combat-wise because I've been played from time to time Zelda 1 Ancient Dungeon, a ROM hack that basically takes the whole game and tosses it all into one big dungeon, and to proceed with each room, you have to clear it. So that is one way to get good at combat, and get good you will.
Malchior beat you on the desk. He had a word to say with some of those Gleoks.
Yeah, was not happy with the Gleoks, although for extra bosses, I did okay with the extra bosses, except maybe those Goma hitboxes, but who doesn't struggle with those Goma hitboxes? Because they're skewed to the left, everything else is skewed to the right.
It's taken quite a number of arrows to take them down with the wood ones.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. But still, I didn't dare tangle with the Gleoks, because my first time into one, I didn't have a sword, or a wand for that matter, so I wasn't messing with that. I wanted something for that. And unfortunately, they seem to roll around their usual HP this time, which... whatever. I'm
The
okay with
four-handed
that.
ones are a pain with a wood sword, basically.
Yes. And one thing I've learned is that if you have sword beams for that fight, take advantage of them.
We did not get sword beams on the permanent sword beams rolled, which is one of those possibilities.
That would have been real nice with this type of setup, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, one thing that I've learned in recent times is take what the seed gives you. And it gave me a bloomerang early, and I'm like, you know what? I better just to be on the safe side, even though I would have preferred the wood boomerang. It's a case of take what the game gives you from a survival standpoint, and, well, to an extent, survive I did until it wound up into extra bosses and wizrobes and rude places. Need I say more about that?
I don't think so. Meanwhile, we just got signups opened up for this tournament. So check out the Z1R Discord for that. They are active as of tonight. So looking forward to this tournament. Gonna need lots of help with the commentary and the tracking. Shout out to Smilefires clicking those tracking buttons tonight. Oasis doing the restream setup here. And make sure you follow all of our runners. Links in the chat.
And GG to everybody, and thanks for having me on Restream. This one didn't turn out the way I had hoped, but you know what? I got snake bit in a few places, which is probably the best way I can put it, because I did some things great, but then got unlucky. That's the way it goes. That's the way Randomizer goes. As for the tournament, I'm going to keep my mind open, because I do want to play a few more test seeds and maybe get into a couple of races to see how I stack up and how I perform in the different flag sets. So stay tuned on that front. Commentary's a yes, I will say that much.
Well, I think it's about time to wrap it up. GG, thanks for racing tonight. had a good time here. And anything else you got to say, Leslie?
I should probably watch it back to see how the top finishers finished so darn quickly. I know my experience with Second Quest is significantly less compared to other runners, so I think that's where that would be at a bit of a disadvantage. But I can still survive with the best of them. So GG, everybody. I'll be back. Y'all know it.
That let's go ahead and close this out. Once again, this tournament starting February 13th. The signups are active now on the Z1R Discord. Links under the exclamation point Z1R 2023 in the Speed Gaming channels. With that, bid y'all do, and happy racing.